It's been about a decade since I first learned anatomy, so I figured I would reacquaint myself with the anatomy of the spine. First thing I'll do is go to sagittal orientation, and maybe I'll just rotate it to get a bit better view of things from this direction. So here, this is the spinal column, and I think the first thing I'll do is I'll make a model of the whole thing. So if I just select the image values for the bone, it's close enough. I can just generate a model to reorient myself in terms of how things are laid out. Get rid of some of the stuff that I didn't mean to include. Actually, this color is a bit bright for me. I'd like a bit darker. That's a bit better. So I'll just do a quick and dirty model here just to get the basic orientation of things. Maybe add in some of the ribs, even though strictly it's not a part of the spine, obviously. Okay, so what I remember of the basics of the spine is that there are three parts. There's the cervical spine, which would be up here. There's a thoracic spine, which is here, and then the lumbar spine, which is down here. And they have 7 vertebrae, because that's when you eat breakfast, 12 vertebrae, because that's when you eat lunch, and then 5 because that's when some people eat dinner. And the biggest distinction is that the thoracic spine is the one that has all the ribs. So I guess this would be 12, and up here would be 1. And I guess you number them that way. Okay, let's delete that guy. And then the whole point of the spinal column is to give your body structure, but also to protect your actual spinal cord. So let's try and make a little model of that quickly. I think I'll use the anchor tool to navigate to a slice that shows. So if I make another model here quickly, just go making a new structure. Turn off image threshold. I'll use a small cursor size and just do a really rough approximation of what the spinal cord would look like. Oh, I made a big mistake there. Let's restart. Yeah, that's probably a bit better. There we go. That's pretty neat. So I actually cheated a bit, and ahead of time, I made some models for different parts of the spine. So I have here, let's make it a bit smaller, 3 vertebrae. This one is T1, this one I think is T10, and this is a lumbar vertebrae. So I guess just to understand the differences in how they look, what I'll do is I will grab 2 of them, I guess and put them beside each other to kind of compare. So what I remember from my anatomy course was that the differences in the shape can be distinguished with some hints. The lumbar vertebrae, I remember being described as kind of like a moose head with respect to the spinous process. And then you can tell that there really is the difference there. I think these guys are called transverse processes. And then this is the foramina.